Hey guys, my name is Nora Franche, and welcome to the podcast Grateful Blessed Mess, daily reflections for those in the 12 steps. I am a fellow 12-stepper and certified mindset coach, and I am here to introduce you to the value of mindset coaching in your 12-step journey. So if you feel like you are stuck in the steps, if you're slipping and sliding with your abstinence, mindset coaching may help you as it did me, and you can find me at catholicmindsetcoaching.com. These episodes are meant to invite you in to consider the truths of 12-step wisdom and to join in the very real struggle of living them in action. I hope that it feels almost like a mini meeting, and I invite you to contribute your own share on the Grateful Blessedness Facebook group to keep the discussion going. My comments are based on my own experience, so feel free to take what you like and leave the rest. But my hope is to encourage you on your own daily 12-step journey. As they say, you cannot stay clean on yesterday's shower. So without further ado, let's begin. Hey guys, we are reading from A Day at a Time, May 17th. Reflection for the day. If we felt guilty, degraded, or ashamed of either our addiction itself or the things we did while under the influence, that served to magnify our feelings of being outcasts. On occasion, we secretly feared or actually believed that we deserved every painful feeling. We thought at times that we truly were outsiders. The dark tunnel of our lives seemed formidable and unending. We couldn't even voice our feelings and could hardly bear to think about them. So we soon drank or used again. Do I remember well what it used to be like? Today I pray. May I remember how often, during my days of active addiction, I felt alone with my shame and guilt. The phony jollity of a drinking party or the shallow relationships struck up at the bar could keep me from feeling like an outsider. May I appreciate the chance to make new friends through the fellowship of the group. May I know that my relationships now will be saner, less dependent, and more mature. Today I will remember, higher power, thank you for new friends. I want to talk about shame. I really want to talk about shame because I think that is the most painful emotion that leads to us using our substance of choice. Shame blocks us from the sunlight of the Spirit because we bury ourselves in our mistakes. Again, I know I'm speaking in sweeping generalizations, but I found this to be very true. So what I have come to understand, now there is a good purpose of shame where it's like I've done something wrong. You have that compunction that guilt brings. Shame, I'm just that's like a good form of like light shame, where it leads to change. I'm talking about the heavy, nasty, deep, dark, sticky abyss of shame that leads to substance abuse. Because we as human beings cannot tolerate the pain of believing we are bad. Because I've been thinking about this a lot, which is why I'm excited to talk about it. But I think it's because we're made good. It's so contrary to our nature to be barraged by these thoughts, these beliefs, this apparent evidence that I'm bad, that I'm defective, that I did something wrong and I am that wrong thing. I am not bigger than this thing I've done. It's a condemnation on my identity when I am stuck in that dark abyss of shame that I think I am not good, that I am no good, that I am trash, that I'm useless, that I'm worthless, that I have nothing to contribute to society. that. There's more, but there are more ways it shows up in people's lives, but that's a few. And when we believe that, we crumble under that weight. We cannot tolerate it because it's not meant for the human person to bear that weight. And in a way, it is self-inflicted because we are believing it ourselves. But I also want to say that it's not your fault. That if you are in this place of believing that to be true, it's because you don't see any other answer to your situation. It's because you weren't helped to know and see how good you are in your core. You weren't taught how to separate yourself and your identity, your goodness, from the things that you do. And I talked about way in the beginning that I am not the good I do or the bad that I choose, which sounds kind of funny because who wouldn't want to take credit for the good that they do? It's like, how could that lead me astray? And I can see how I wouldn't want to be the bad that I do. But when I do it, I feel like I am that thing. And it's possible to get distance. It's possible to learn to separate ourselves. But it takes a lot of work. And it takes outside help. And it takes persistence. It takes other people doing that same work. For me, it took outside work. For others, it might not. You might find that solution in the program. But I think that's the thing that can lead us back to shame, can lead us back to our substance of choice. Perhaps if you're someone who is slipping and sliding with their abstinence, with their sobriety, perhaps it is that you are struggling with this beast of shame. And while you're in shame, you cannot even look at the things that you've done because shame is so loud that it doesn't allow you to get that perspective. And so if you can, just for a moment, ask shame to pipe down, to please wait to speak so you can look at the situation. Because without shame badgering you, you can start to function again. And shame thinks it's serving a purpose. So acknowledge that too. Like, hey, I know you're trying to help me not do this again, but you're actually making it worse. Something there, something like that. It'll help you. It'll give you space. We need that space so we can breathe. Because once we can breathe, we can start to make choices with our higher power. With that, I pass.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If you feel that mindset coaching could help you on your 12-step journey, please feel free to reach out and find me at catholicmindsetcoaching.com. This is not a replacement for 12-step work. This is something outside of the 12 steps. It is simply something that has a heart for the 12 steps and those who are in it. And so, welcome. If you are here, chances are you may also be a bit of a mess. And I hope that you can learn to find some gratitude in the blessings that have come from your messes.